What's up, everybody? It's KamTendo, your source for most things Nintendo, and today we have a possible real leak to discuss. So, without further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright, I know I said without further ado, let's jump to the video, but I do want to give a shout out to two people. My friend Aru and my other friend Dusty Gogo for both helping me get this mic and set up a great audio quality for you guys. If you guys haven't noticed, I do have a new mic, and hopefully the sound quality sounds a lot better with it. So again, I want to give a huge shout out to you guys. You two have been a big help to me. It's really great to have friends like you two. And without further ado, let's actually dive into the leaks. So there has been this big thing that popped up like literally around an hour or two ago from the time of me recording this. Huge shout outs to Lumios Post, Soul Silver Art, and Herm Exalato. These guys are huge, hard workers in the Pokemon community, and I'm so glad to also be in a community where people like these guys exist. So there has been this Reddit post that dates back to before Scarlet and Violet were announced at the presents from this person named Shiny Oof. It says here, info about possible Gen 9 games. I work at a company that Game Freak outsources some of their graphics to. While we don't get much information about the games themselves, I've seen some assets that are new, mainly just 2D images for game pictures and clothing patterns. These games' colors are purple and orange, so I originally assumed that they were Sun and Moon remakes, but the region is definitely Iberia from the map I've seen. Some possibly new mons I've seen is a green cat that turns into a lion, a orange ant with fire pincers like Combi, it has a female queen and Evo, and a dolphin with a crescent moon tail. Single stage it seems. A red dragon with a white mask that ends up quadruped and looks like a red and green pepper lizard, possible pseudo. It reminds me of Applins Evos. And a blue duck that turns gray and has a mohawk. And a gold and purple scorpion, also single stage. I'll update more when I see it. And judging by this person's description, these are literally the starters plus 3 new Pokemon we have yet to see yet. So we're gonna go over what they said bit by bit. First thing they said was the green cat that turns into a lion. That green cat we obviously know is Sprigatito. If you saw my top 10 video, a lot of us were expecting Sprigatito to evolve into a Iberian Lynx because that seems the most likely grass fairy Iberian Lynx. But based on this person's description, they said that Sprigatito is going to evolve into a grass lion. We haven't had one of those. We have a fire lion being Pyroar. We have a space lion being Solgaleo, but we don't have a grass lion. So again, this seems really, really strange to me. Iberian Lynx is right there. That seems so cool, but if they want to go the lion route again, I'm not gonna blame them. I'm not picking Sprigatito anyway. Another thing I want to bring up is that they didn't say that it was going to be bipedal, which is a good thing because a lot of people are afraid of getting another bipedal cat starter being Grass Incineroar 2.0. This person pointed out that Fuecoco, they didn't say its name directly, but Fuecoco becomes quadruped, but they didn't say that the lion becomes bipedal. Let's keep that in mind moving forward. So again, we might get a possible grass lion starter evo. So next up, they say they see a fire ant with pincers that evolves into a queen ant Pokemon. If you guys don't know, which you should know, it's like Ant 101. But just like bees, there's a queen ant that controls the ant farm. And bees, the queen bee, she controls the nest. So surprisingly, we have Durant, but Durant doesn't evolve into anything. This could either be a new fire ant Pokemon, because I don't think Durant's just an ant, but we could get a fire ant Pokemon with a queen. And that, honestly, that would be really cool. It can be a cool counterpart because if you guys don't remember, in the trailer we do see Combi, so that already confirms that Vespiquen is in the game. So with Vespiquen and a queen bee Pokemon, it would make sense that we get a ant with a queen ant Pokemon. So that doesn't really seem that far off to me. This all could be edited because you can edit Reddit posts, I believe, so this could have been edited, but based on what their descriptions, they seem totally oblivious to any of these names. And I feel like if this was edited, they would have at least gone back and say, yeah, I've seen Quaxly and I've seen Fuecoco and I've seen Sprigatito, and then they would have probably made up fake names for these other Pokemon that they mentioned, but they haven't. So that just adds a tiny bit of credibility, or these people could just be really good liars. But let's move on. They said they saw a dolphin with a moon tail. If that's true, we might finally get a dolphin Pokemon after 8 generations. We're going to the 9th generation. We're finally getting a dolphin. It would have made more sense than a Lola, but who cares? A dolphin Pokemon with a crescent moon tail. To me, that sounds sounds like it'll become a water psychic type, because usually when we have Pokemon that are associated with the moon, they typically end up being psychic type or fairy type. And since we already have a lot of water fairy types, I feel like they might want to go back to the psychic type route, but who knows. Again, this does seem really cool to finally get a Dolphin Pokemon after 9 generations. What do you guys think? Do you want a Dolphin Pokemon? I know we've begged for it, but it kind of feels surreal if we actually get one. Next up, they said they saw a red dragon with a white mask, that obviously being Fuecoco. Even though Fuecoco doesn't have a mask, that's just his face. I'm sure that from someone that doesn't know that it's a crocodile and doesn't know its name and stuff and its name origin, probably would have assumed that it looks like an apple, because Fuecoco does kind of look like an apple that was bitten into or cut, like a cut apple. And it says that it evolves into a quadruped giant lizard that reminds them of the Applet evos. So that does kind of make sense. I'm assuming that they're leaning more towards Appleton, because Fuecoco's description on the Pokemon website did say that it was the lax and easygoing Pokemon that does things at its own pace. So I wouldn't be really surprised if Fuecoco stays lax and lazy as it evolves, because some fire types stick to their origin. Then you got something like Incineroar that become edgy and then become a tsundere wrestler cat. Again, that sounds really typical if you ask me. That sounds like a typical fire starter thing to do, and the fact that it's being quadruped this time around makes me kind of excited, because that also means it breaks the cycle of there only being bipedal fire type Pokemon. Because if you guys don't know, most fire type final evos are all bipedal. Not most, actually all of them are. They're all bipedal. He starts off bipedal and becomes quadruped. That would be a first in the series. He already breaks the Chinese zodiac cycle, so he'll also break the cycle of being bipedal all the time. Next up, they see a blue duck that turns gray and has a mohawk, obviously Quaxly. But that's telling me, is he gonna drop the good boy motif and become a possible water dark duck Pokemon? I mean, we just got a water dark Pokemon being Samurai. I can see them doing 2 types in a row, because remember, this is the same company that gave us fire fighting 3 generations in a row. I wouldn't really be surprised if they made 2 water dark starters in a row, but I kind of feel like they would want to be more unique with that, but who knows. Again, I was really hoping for him to become a pirate. We don't know if this is true or not, but I would really like him getting a more pirate motif, but he seems to be going down a more punk-like motif. I'm still picking Quaxly either way. That does seem pretty cool. Next up, and finally, they say that they saw a gold and purple scorpion, which we did see a fake leak of a scorpion. Granted, it wasn't purple. It did have some gold to it because it was imitating I believe, genie's lamp or a gin lamp. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it does seem like we might actually get a scorpion Pokemon. That leak that we saw was super fake. It was definitely fake, but it seems like we actually might get a scorpion Pokemon after all if this leak does prove to be real. And again, this was a month before the game's announcement. I don't think this person would actually tell us their, occupation. That does seem extremely risky on their part, but I don't really know how the field works with stuff like this. And again, the only thing that's making me lean towards this being real rather than fake is the fact that they didn't know the Pokemon's name a month prior to the game's release. If they did, they would have probably told us. They said they only saw images, not actual gameplay. They knew that it was Iberia, and they described the starters perfectly to a T. This definitely seems like it's legit if it is, but again, this could all be edited and things. But if this isn't, we may have gotten the first legit leak of Scarlet and Violet. But what do you guys think? I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. If you guys want to see more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys when I see you. All right, bye.